Hey guys, it's CL, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I make brand new Critical Role recaps every Monday at noon, and would be happy to have you join the party. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe, and hit the Bertrand bell to be notified of future videos. Now, it's time to reunite with everyone's favorite morally gray adventurers, the Mighty Nine, in tonight's recap of Critical Role. If you went to the theater experience, how was that? I can't wait to go for part 2. We open the special reunion 5 months after the fall of Lucian and the Cognosa, and go to visit Veth and Nicodranus. There, she's running a camp called the Wildmount Wildlings, a place for the youth and teens to come and learn adventuring trades such as weaponry, survival, and sneaking around. Her husband Yeza has opened a small chemist for personal care called Bernardo's Better Self, and it's really nice to see the halfling woman finally reunited with her family and really settling into the quiet life. We visit Zadash, where Bo sets some healthy boundaries with her compatriots at the Cobalt Soul and goes home very tired. Must be hard to set work hours when you're such a hot commodity. Meanwhile, Yasha has been settling into her job as keeper of their abode, and she's begun taking up cooking with the help of their nosy neighbor Martina Stewart. Also, Yasha cut her hair into the bi-bob, and it's iconic. The camera pans out over the sea towards the Ball Eater, now named the Nine Heroes. Ford, Jester, and Kingsley are joined by Orly and the rest of the crew, while they watch over the seas between the Menagerie Coast and Darktoe. Ford at the helm has also started a shipping company of sorts called Stone's Throw Shipping, and everyone takes the piss out of him for the name. Ah, the good old days. I had no idea how much I missed the Nine's ineptitude until I realized that Ford had no idea where he was going on the ship. It was a fun time. We pan towards the sky and drop back down into the Soltris Academy in Rexentrim, where Caleb's giving a guest lecture to some students on transmutation, and he gives a lovely little closing statement about what he wishes he had learned during his time there and warns the next generation to think about the why of their goals and wishes. Super reflective stuff, honestly. I miss this man so much. I'm a bit sad we didn't get to see Essek, though. I want to ask, how close were your guys' predictions to what they were doing now? I'm just curious if you saw that coming, that, Caleb would go back to Soltris Academy and maybe be talked into a teaching job. Were you able to predict Martina Stewart and her penchant to invite herself over to Yasha's house? A storm hits the Nine Heroes out of nowhere, and I'm happy to say I kind of saw the storyline coming. It's one of the last threads that was left untied, so when a giant humanoid storm giant cuts through the waves and backhands the ship, I was only half surprised. Ford, Jester, and Kingsley, along with the crew, do their best to thwart the giant and his mage friend, and their underlings, who all serve Uk'otoa. Uk'otoa! Even using the cannons that dealt 8d10 damage each. Fuck, cannons are hot, bruh. However, the giant hits hard, and Jester goes down. So, in an attempt to save her life, Ford gives up the cloven crystal that the false serpent is after, and the enemy leaves. But not before the giant high-fives their ship, causing it to smash and sink into the depths of the ocean. They're able to mostly recover their crew using a water-breathing spell, control water, and Kingsley's foldable boat, but they do lose Shella DeVoe, Orly's previous first mate. They make it to dry land, and Jester reaches out to Caleb for help and to pass along that Uk'otoa may be about to awaken. Caleb interrupts Veth mid-coitus, and then Bo and Yasha mid-coitus, but finally, the group get the band back together with awesome wizard teleporting powers. The gang try and figure out where the last temple is, where the final seal rests, and they determined that it would be in the Siriosend forest, between the 3 lights of Port Zune, Nicodranus, and Fioland. The 9 teleport halfway there, and then began to make the trek via Large Eagle in order to beat the already progressing forces of Uk'otoa. Once within the wood, they stumble upon a long-destroyed camp. Based on the age of the bones and the erosion, it must have been at least 50 or so years prior. Bo rolls a 36 on a natural 20 and finds some journal scraps that say, "Markings of the sun are a deadly invitation," and mention venomous serpents and some kind of curse on the stone and the light of M exodus from hiding. Could they be talking about the moon, since they said markings of the sun and the M could be moon? Still unclear. But it would be cool for Matt to interweave some moon background stuff into this since, that's basically the Hell's campaign in the near future. As they pass, they uncover a feminine statue that, based on the warmth it eradicates, Ford can tell it's the Wild Mother. In her sternum is a small jade gem that the party decides to take with them. They make kind of friends with a red monkey that begins to follow them and is maybe the Traveler. I'm sorry, you see red, it means Artagan is there. Beautiful Cardinal, Artagan. Coke Can, Artagan. Fire Truck, Artagan. Uk'otoa's posse begin to catch up as the Mighty Nein find a series of long fallen structures older than the Wild Mother statue found earlier. They're nearly at the jungle center. This is it. Trying to beat their enemy to the punch, the group hastily, not stealthily may I add, prepare for an assault at the sandstone temple of Uk'otoa. What did you guys think of the episode? It was really nice to have the gang back together for another adventure. The Cloven Crystal storyline was one I wished they had wrapped up before the end of Campaign 2, so it's nice to finally have some closure with it. It also took some willpower, I may say. It did take some willpower, but I can proudly say I did watch this entire episode in one sitting. Even though Pokemon Scarlet and Violet were staring at me, waiting to be played since it was Friday morning and they were out already, I may have a small addiction right now. Don't forget to leave a like and check out my recaps of Campaign 3 on my channel and my music. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there. Bidet, my friends. Scorpion.